Hey everyone, welcome to this weekend Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for October 12th through the 14th of 2018. All right, so this weekend we have on Friday a couple aspects that we likely felt on Thursday. This is Sun square Pluto and Mercury sextiling Saturn. So with the square to Pluto, Friday is a great day for getting deep with things. The moon will be in Scorpio as well. So it's just a great time to essentially be accepting all of the deeper dimensions about ourselves and about life that through doing so leads to empowerment and change, and maybe even a great time for breaking cycles and setting intentions in the face of some of these deeper things or insecurities or fears that can be very empowering coming into the weekend. And a bit of that Mercury sextiling Saturn on Friday does give us a bit of productive mind and constructive grounded thinking, which is nice with that. And then once we shift into Saturday, the moon does go into Ophiuchus. So this will be a great time for essentially healing, accepting, again, these deeper dimensions, maybe spiritually or psychologically, which does lead to healing. But it could also be healing physically as well. And then once we get into Sunday, we will be coming out of this deeper energy and a bit into the more expansive energy of accessing a bit of that spirit for life and perhaps adventurousness. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this weekend. Here's the moon in Scorpio on Friday, the moon then shifting into healing Ophiuchus on Saturday, and then going into Sagittarius on Sunday. Now the energies are kind of right on the cusp there, so do give it time each of these days to really get acclimated to the new energy, which might be more so later in the day. But on Friday, as the day unfolds, more of this Scorpio energy. This is always the time to be essentially aware of the deeper aspects that come up, sometimes emotionally, because the moon does involve our feelings often, or maybe things from the past, and maybe just in the daily routine and such. So great time to essentially accept this stuff. Scorpio, which represents the deeper aspects of the human experience, right? All aspects of the human experience. This is the time where we become aware of the things that maybe before we've brushed under the rug or hidden away, that now sort of get exposed. And it can feel like that, right? With the moon, the feelings, kind of these deeper things being brought to the surface. So it's all for that acceptance. It's all for the awareness and the acceptance. And that's kind of the twofold process. If you want to take it a step further, you could say the third step is to then take action or set intentions in the face of some of these wounds or fears or insecurities, or whatever these deeper things that do arise. And that can be very empowering, especially because we are still in the very early phase of the lunar cycle, which means as we go through this weekend, it's still a great time for slowly setting some intentions, slowly taking some actions, especially if it's in regards to any new insights that we had earlier in the week during the new moon. All right, so Friday we do have a couple aspects sort of waning from Thursday. One is this Sun squaring up to Pluto, the most important aspect actually for the weekend. So here going into Friday, just a bit of this less intense energy collectively, if you felt that, or if you felt that within yourself, but still great to be integrating it. And so anything we can do to now embody a bit of this non-attachment, really. At the end of the day, Pluto is about helping us really strip away the ego's attachments to things, right? The ego, coming from that place of fear, essentially in survival, wants to hold on to things, wants to control things, right? And possess things. And so as we sort of practice non-attachment to things, to outcomes, to situations, this can really be very empowering, because once we're no longer attached, we sort of rise above that fear. And then what do we have to lose, right? And so then we may be doing things or setting intentions towards things that can be very empowering, because we may normally not do because of the fear, that now we're willing to make the changes with, or to take actions with, that we'll do now because we're sort of non-attached. All right, and so a great day for these kinds of things, anything to set intention with this. Also just, again, diving deep and accepting the deeper aspects of life. Mercury is going to be sextiling Saturn, however. So with this, there is a good productive and grounded mind available. Could be good for productive stuff with the routine. Could be learning, communication, this type of everyday stuff. Really good grounded energy. It's not very strong. It's a very minor aspect, but it's available. Right, so if you do choose to use a bit of that mental discipline, let's say, or routine discipline, could be a great day for that kind of stuff. All right, so that's Friday, and yeah, we're going to be waning off of that. So the moon in Scorpio, still a bit of that depth. And then as we get into Saturday, the moon does shift into Ophiuchus, which is very similar to Scorpio. As you can see, they both share the same part of the sky. Scorpio here's down below, and Ophiuchus is here right above. So it's essentially, you could see it as taking Scorpio one step further, which is essentially through this acceptance of the deeper, doing the healing, right? And so Saturday is a fantastic day for setting the intention to heal. And the water energy of these signs is very much about also caring and protecting for ourselves and others to allow for that healing energy to come through. And I would say too, always good to be doing physical healing as well with Ophiuchus, because there really isn't any difference between our physical well-being and our spiritual well-being, right? They're linked. So always good for that energy also. All right, so with that healing energy, and then once we start to shift into Sunday, then we come out of the deeper water energy and slowly into Sagittarius. Do give it time on Saturday, or on Sunday rather. But there is a bit of this fire energy starting to come in going into Monday. So this is the classic kind of, phoenix rising out of the ashes, or the butterfly coming out of the cocoon type of energy. So we could be feeling a bit free-spirited out of more of the deeper transformation we may have done Friday and Saturday. So Sunday, great day for adventurousness. This could be expanding your literal horizons, but our mental horizons. Great day for philosophy, spirituality, anything that really does invoke that spirit for life. All right, so that's the weekend in a nutshell. Essentially a transformative weekend, you could say. Always great to be working with this in constructive ways. So on Friday, really good for accepting that depth, empowerment through non-attachment, maybe some productive energy there with Saturn. Going into Saturday, great day for healing, and both spiritual and physical. And then going into Sunday, but especially going into next week, this sort of free-spirited energy after the deeper acceptance and transformation and healing. All right, so everyone have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all on Monday for the daily forecast. Take care.